Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. So get this. Did you know that over 70% of highly funded enterprise AI strategies are, well, completely failing to show any return? Today, we are going to break down exactly why so many of these massive initiatives are just falling flat. But more importantly, we're going to look at how you can build a truly profitable systems architecture for your organization. I am super thrilled you're here. We're going to look closely at why just relying on the technology itself simply isn't enough, and how process is the absolute ultimate foundation for success. Let's kick things off by looking at a question that is literally echoing through every single boardroom right now. We poured millions into our enterprise AI strategy, so why are our operational bottlenecks exactly the same as last year? You can just feel the frustration, right? Executive teams are spending massive budgets, they're buying up all the flashy software, but the actual everyday friction within their business units, it hasn't changed a bit. To fix this massive crisis, we've got a really structured roadmap for today. We'll start with the AI boardroom crisis, move into why process precedes programming, unpack the triple layer framework, figure out how to prove true AI ROI, and finally, look at how to get beyond all the hype. All right, section 1, the AI boardroom crisis. Let's look at the core error executives are making when they try to transform their organizations. Here's the harsh reality. Senior leadership is basically treating AI like a magic wand. It's like they think simply buying a flashy new language model or throwing SaaS seats at their team is going to instantly fix decades of bad management and clunky workflows. But honestly, corporate transformation just doesn't work by magic. AI has to be treated as a systems engine. It requires absolute operational clarity and a rock-solid foundational systems architecture way before a single line of automated code is ever deployed. So here's the absolute crucial point you need to take away. Automating a broken, chaotic, manual process with AI does not fix the problem. Actually, it just speeds up the chaos. Think about it like a messy HR onboarding process, where nobody knows where the tax forms go and emails are lost for weeks. If you just slap AI onto that, congratulations, you've just accelerated the mess. If your workflows aren't lean, standard, and highly optimized from the ground up, deploying AI is incredibly dangerous. Your local AI tools and software agents will literally just hallucinate or hit massive bottlenecks because, well, they're trying to navigate a system that is fundamentally flawed. Moving right along to section 2, process precedes programming. Time for a quick strategy check to make sure your foundations are actually in place before you write a single script. I want you to really think about this and answer honestly about your own organization's current structure. What is the absolute number one prerequisite before integrating an enterprise AI solution into a corporate business unit? Which of these 4 options is the absolutely necessary first step? Is it number 1, upgrading your internal team's local hardware and monitors? Number 2, mapping and fully optimizing the underlying manual human workflow process? Number 3, purchasing the maximum premium tier licenses for generative tools? Or 4, hiring an outside software consulting firm to just rebuild the whole thing from scratch? Take a second to really think about where your company usually starts its tech projects. All right, the definitive correct answer is number 2, mapping and fully optimizing the underlying manual human workflow process. Why does this matter so much? Because deploying AI on top of unoptimized, broken processes just automates inefficiency. Human process mapping absolutely must come first. You have to map your organizational data pipelines with total discipline. You need to know exactly where your data originates, who owns the inputs, and exactly where the friction points are between your old legacy tools and your new infrastructure. Without this, your AI basically has no compass. Which brings us to section 3, the triple layer framework. Now that we agree process precedes programming, let's move into strategy execution and talk about building that robust infrastructure. Building a profitable AI system requires absolute discipline, and you do that through a strict triple-layered architecture framework. Let me tell you, if you don't have this 3-part discipline in place, your tech implementation is really just an expensive corporate hobby. We've got the data hygiene layer, the system permissions layer, and the operational KPI loop. Let's break down exactly what each of these vital layers actually entails. Step 1 is the data hygiene layer. You know the old ironclad rule, garbage in, garbage out, right? Well, this is your foundational tier. Your AI models are completely reliant on, and frankly only as good as, the repository data they are pulling from. If your historical data is messy, disorganized, or just flat out wrong, the outputs from those super expensive AI tools will be entirely useless, no matter how advanced the language model is. Next up, moving up the stack, you must establish the system permissions layer. This is where you tightly structure read and write protocols. Think about it. When you drop autonomous AI agents into an enterprise environment, you absolutely have to lock down security to stop vulnerabilities from spreading across your network. You need total granular control over what systems the AI is allowed to read from, and even more critically, what systems it has the authority to write to or alter. And finally, at the very top, we have the operational KPI loop. This is what ensures that every single automation actually serves a real, tangible business purpose. Every piece of automated code has to be tied directly to a definitive time-saving metric or an error reduction goal. Let me be perfectly clear on this. If an automation doesn't measurably save time or reduce human error, it literally does not belong in your architecture, period. All right, section 4, proving true AI ROI. Let's do another quick interactive test and see if your strategy holds up to enterprise standards when it comes to financial returns. Take a second to think about this one. Why does the financial impact of AI remain so notoriously invisible at the highest levels? I mean, we hear about it constantly, right? But where are the actual returns? Why do enterprise AI projects consistently fail to show a clear financial ROI to board members? Is it because, 1, the software models are fundamentally incapable of parsing executive data? 2, leaders are focusing on tool ingestion instead of tracking definitive operational KPIs? 3, the technology just evolves too rapidly for corporate networks to keep pace? Or 4, modern AI tools require local IT setups that are just way too expensive to scale? The reality? The correct answer is number 2. Failure almost always comes from focusing on tool ingestion instead of tracking definitive operational KPIs. If you're just buying up tools and hoarding software licenses without directly measuring them against those time-saving or error reduction metrics, well, their true financial impact is going to be completely invisible to the board. Executives absolutely have to prioritize operational efficiency over mere technology ingestion if they ever want to prove true value. And that brings up a great question. How often should these definitive operational KPIs actually be tracked? The answer is weekly with absolute unshakable discipline. In the fast-moving world of automation, waiting for a monthly or quarterly check-in is like waiting a lifetime. You absolutely need a weekly cadence to ensure that systems engine is functioning as intended, adapting to new data, and actually delivering on its financial promises. Let's wrap things up with section 5, beyond the AI hype. As we look at the next decade of corporate transformation, who are the ones actually going to dominate? Over the next 10 years, the organizations that dominate their markets won't be the ones hoarding the most AI tools. Not at all. The dominators are going to be the ones with the most disciplined operational systems execution. While the market losers are busy managing the hype and obsessing endlessly over tech ingestion, the dominators are managing their core infrastructure. They are relentlessly focused on their foundational data pipelines, ensuring everything is clean, secure, and highly measurable. It's time to stop focusing on the magic wand and start building the systems engine. If this explainer brought you some real clarity today, make sure to subscribe so you can join us for the next one. But I want to leave you with this final crucial thought for your own operational roadmap today. As you move forward, are you managing the hype, or are you actually managing your core infrastructure?